Today we are doing a build challenge that I have regretted doing every other time that I have done it. We are once again doing another build using only packs that have come out this month, and of course it is September. Now this has historically not gone well. I've done it twice before, and last month in August, it was just really not my favorite build I've ever done, but looking at the packs that we have gotten in September, I feel a little bit better. And we actually do have a lot more packs to work with now, so all of the packs that we have gotten in the month of September are Spooky Stuff, Realm of Magic, Journey to Batu, First Fits and Desert Lux. Obviously First Fits is a Create a Sim kit, so we won't be using that one. Modern Lux, Poolside Splash, another cast kit, Home Chef Hustle, Artist Studio, and Storybook Nursery. So obviously 2 of those are unusable because they're only Create a Sim, but we do still have a lot more to work with than we ever have doing this challenge before. And with Spooky Stuff and Realm of Magic, I'm finally gonna get the fall build that I've been wanting to do. If you missed it in my last build video, I was building using only the kits and I really wanted it to be a fall build, but it kind of turned out not being that way. But now that I've got Spooky Stuff and Realm of Magic, we are going all in on the fall vibes. I know I always regret saying this, but I'm feeling a lot more confident about this build, so let's get into it. Okay, so today we're building in Glimmerbrook, which is the world that came with Realm of Magic, which is obviously one of the packs that we're going to be using, and I already went ahead and filtered by all of the packs and the base game. I usually try to really just focus on the packs that we got in that month, but we also did get the Sims 4 base game in September. The Sims 4 came out in September of 2014, so I do feel like that gives us a little bit of a pass to use a more base game than we typically would. But I really do prefer to just save base game for when we don't really have another option, but I want it to look finished. So for example, like we wouldn't have had any roof textures in any of the packs we have available, but we can do roof and roof trim using base game. So for things like that, I'm definitely going to allow it. And we're also going to use base game just for these chimney areas I put up here. I'm going to need a 1-tile one and a 2-tile one because I actually put chimneys on both sides of the house this time. And I love doing this trick of having the half walls, but then filling it in with an actual chimney item, because having the actual chimney item will give you that gameplay of like seeing the smoke when the fireplace is on. So I do feel like that's another little realistic touch that I like to include. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these in. And then I'm just raising up the platform until the chimney just sort of starts to peek through. Okay, so those I think I'm going to leave like that. And then let's figure out what we want to do for our wallpaper. I'm definitely thinking something sort of stone, and I would like to do it in like a warmer, more fall color. Okay, I'm actually thinking of maybe doing a little bit of a mix. I do like this red siding from Spooky Stuff, but I might want to do like a stone or a brick on the bottom of the house and just do this red on the top. Like I'm thinking the bottom could maybe be this brick from Realm of Magic, and then we'll just also continue the brick up the chimneys. I feel like this could look nice. And then again, in terms of foundations, we really only have the base game to work with. So I am going to be very flexible with myself in letting myself use base game, just because I do want the house to like look nice and finished. I do want to use Realm of Magic for like the railings and the fences around the house, just because I feel like we need to start using a little bit of that pack. And I'm wondering what we also have in terms of spandrels. It looks like we do have like a matching Realm of Magic one to the stuff that we just used, so we can definitely incorporate some of this as well. It is kind of another color because I feel like it's adding like a little bit of green, but I feel like it all goes together pretty well. And then for all these like balconies and porches and stuff, I think we can definitely go ahead and use the flooring from Spooky Stuff. It actually has like a matching red swatch to what we used for the siding, which is kind of perfect. So that way it all kind of like ties together. So we'll use these columns. They actually match the fence and everything really well. So we'll go ahead and use these on the porches. And I normally also like to do columns like around the sides of the house just to give it a little bit more detail. I don't know if any of these I'm like really feeling would work in that space. I guess I feel like if we really feel that we need them, these are probably going to be our best bet, would be these black ones. They might look a little bit better once we have like windows and some other trim going on. So I think I'm going to put them up for now and see how I feel about it. All right, let's try to get some windows on here and see if we can kind of tie it together a little bit. I do know Realm of Magic has a couple windows that you can put together that'll look super, super modern. And this is what I would normally go for, except I don't know if like modern is what we're going for right now. I feel like we almost want something that's like a little more old looking. Like I'm almost wondering if this set from base game, it actually blends in really well with the Realm of Magic ones, and it might be slightly more the vibe that we're going for. Although some of the Realm of Magic ones also do have like a stained glass look, which is really nice. So maybe I'll kind of like mix and match both. Like maybe over here on this side, we can do a little bit of the stained glass from Realm of Magic and just kind of have like both vibes going on. I'm just going to jump in and interrupt this video real quick to talk about my creator code. As you guys know, I am in the EA Creator Network, and with that, I get something called a creator code. And what this code is basically a way for you guys to help support me and my content when you're buying games on the EA app. All you have to do is type my code simmingshannon into the promo code box at checkout and I will get a small commission off your purchase. These codes are a great way to help out your favorite creators, so I definitely recommend using creator codes when you're buying games, and thank you so much to everybody who's been using mine. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And with all that being said, let's get back to the video. Okay, and I kind of pictured this room over here as like a sun porch sort of room, so I might use some larger windows like all around here and give it like a sun porch vibe. Okay, these are all kind of like subject to change, but I think we have the general vibe of what we were looking for going around, and now I just need to find a door. And I think I am going to go with the one from Realm of Magic. I feel like we have not been using enough of the packs. We've been using like so much base game, so I'm going to go ahead and get some Realm of Magic in here. Okay, so lately I have been really into the look of having a fence around my entire Sims property, and then I kind of like do a little landscaping around it, but I love like how complete this makes it look. This may not be the fence that I would usually go for to do something like this, but I do just love the look that it gives of like having everything closed off. It's a little spookier, a little more private, and then once we cover it all in landscaping, I think it'll really come together nicely. So I am going to like surround this property with some trees and things like that. I might size some down also to kind of like give it a little more dimension, because it's not realistic that all your trees would be like the exact same size. And I also do like to have a lot of trees because it makes our life so much easier when it comes to like filling up the backyard and stuff like that. Like as long as there's trees in the way, it looks a little more complete. And I think in terms of like our pathway, I'm going to use the cobblestone from Realm of Magic. I feel like that ties in really nicely, and maybe just in like a slightly darker swatch. All right, I made us like a little patio area on the outside, and we also have this little walkway up here. I think if we just go around it with some rocks, it'll make it look a little bit more natural. And I love that we now have a couple more rock options after the Nature's Calling event. We've had like the same 5 rocks in the base game for it feels like ever, so just having a few more to kind of layer with them just makes everything look a little bit more unique. So we filled in with a couple rocks, and then we'll just hit it with like a little bit of dirt, a little terrain paint, because you wouldn't expect your grass to like really be that green in a house like this. And then I think we're gonna do the same thing in the back, like literally just cover this little area in rocks. Maybe we'll leave like a little opening where you would kind of like want your Sims to walk through to get to the rest of the backyard, but for the most part we are just gonna layer it up. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it like that with that little bit of a cutout, and again just hit it with some dirt around here in the backyard. And of course, since we are going to be doing like a fall themed build, we're going to have a lot of these like spooky stuff decorations out. So I'm going to put some of these out in the front yard, like these little light up graves and some of the little light up ghosts, and that'll help with our lighting problem as well. And I think having a couple Halloween decorations out as well is going to make this place look a little less empty, because it does look a little boring in here right now. And I don't know how many things we're going to have to put in the backyard, so it is nice that we have a couple of these as options. And maybe we can do like these little pumpkin lights out by the gate. I feel like that looks nice too. Like they're there to greet you. That is super, super cute. I think I like that. While we're doing the Halloween decor, let me also get out a couple of these little jack-o'-lanterns, or these call them Jill-o'-lanterns. We can put some of these out by the front porch, like maybe these are the ones that they had carved. I absolutely love that, and we'll put some of them in the backyard as well. I definitely want to make sure that we include a little pumpkin carving table so that your Sims can actually carve the jack-o'-lanterns, and we'll put one next to it as if like that's the one they had been working on. I don't really feel like going into debug, but if you did want to go into debug, you could get the ones that they could actually carve and like put those out too. But debug is just a little bit too much for me. I also feel like this is kind of on theme. The little bike with the cowplant skull on it from the Reaper's Rewards event. I'm also going to put this in the front, so maybe they just like parked their bike when they were coming in. I think that looks super cute. Okay, but back to decorating. We have a couple more little pumpkins. Maybe I'll actually put these ones on the front porch. I'll get rid of one of those. That actually looks super cute. And then what I also want to do is get a little table out here to put the little bowl of candy. So this way, if we have trick-or-treaters come by, they can go ahead and get something out of the candy bowl. I think that looks so cute. It is like so Halloween here. We can even put up these little cobwebs that also come with spooky stuff just to kind of add to the spooky decorations, and I'll even put them up towards the top of the house. And then I think as a final touch, I would also like to get like a little holiday wreath. We do have this fall one that came from the Cozy Celebrations event. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the top of the door. Okay, I think this is so fall and so cute. I really like the little wreath. I think I might even do the same one on the back door. I've kind of just been like copying the same stuff over. Ooh, and we can even do these spiders too. I feel like I've gotten so used to like doing all of my decorating from the stuff that comes with seasons that I've honestly forgot about all the stuff that comes with spooky stuff. Some of the decorations are unfortunately like the same thing or recolors of the same thing, but I feel like I have not been giving spooky stuff enough love lately, and so that is what we're going to be doing today. Okay, I feel like this looks really cute. I do kind of want to get a little more stuff going on in the backyard just because it looks a little bit empty. I didn't realize that we had a fire pit in the base game. I actually have no idea where this came from. Does anyone know where we got this fieldstone bonfire pit and how long it has been in base game? I'm gonna include it because, like, why not? But I do not remember getting this item. That is so weird. And then I guess we can also just do like monkey bars or something. I'm sure we'll have a kids room in here, so we'll just include that as well. And I guess we probably should also include the cauldron in case you did want to have like a witch here on this slot. I might put it over on this patio area and move the telescope. Maybe we'll put the telescope like more over here. You can like look out into the stars and just kind of tuck the cauldron into this little corner on the patio. That's actually kind of cute. I actually think that's really fun. I kind of like that there. And then maybe if we can just get like a little table and chairs or something. Oh, I kind of want to use the bench from Journey to Batu. I actually love this little bench. I think it's so cute. I feel like I do not use it enough. Okay, I'm kind of going to put the bench like over here, and then maybe I can move the pumpkin carving station over to the back porch. Okay, so now we've got our little corner where we can do our pumpkin carving up there, and then you can brew stuff in your cauldron and go ahead and sit and eat. Like in case you make mac and cheese or something in there, you can sit and eat right here at this table. I think that looks pretty good. That might be our backyard pretty much done. We actually have a lot of little activities and stuff out here. Granted, most of them are base game. I really don't remember getting this little fire pit, but my game says it's base game, so I'm not going to argue with it. All right, so I think I'm going to leave that as the exterior, and then we're going to go ahead and head inside. I do need to figure out what our floor plan is going to be in here. Okay, super frustrating, but I kind of figured out a floor plan that I feel like works, and now we have all this clipping from the little roof pieces. I swear, roofing is so complicated in The Sims, but I think to fix it, I'm literally just going to raise this room up on a platform, and then the Sims will still be able to walk to it because it's just like one platform up. So when we put the door in, it shouldn't be an issue. Annoying that we have to do stuff like that for little fixes, but at least it works and we shouldn't have any problems with it. Let's go ahead and put our doors in. So what I was thinking was this is going to be like a hall bathroom, and then we're going to have 3 bedrooms up here. And then downstairs, what I was thinking, we have an entryway. We have a living room over here. This, of course, is just going to be like a little sun porch kind of area. We have just a hallway, a half bathroom over here. And then this is going to be kitchen, and this is going to be our dining room. I feel like this is a pretty like traditional, like very Sims floor plan. I feel like there was a lot of base game houses that had these like rear hallways over here. Like I feel like the Pancakes have a house like this. Even the Calientes kind of have like awkward hallways in their house. So I feel like it's pretty realistic. All right, but let's go ahead and put our flooring in. I do think I'm going to use the spooky stuff flooring in the dark brown swatch. I'm going to use this for most of the flooring just because I feel like it'll match what we did outside. And I feel like a house like this would have a lot of kind of matchy tones like that. I'm probably going to do tile for the kitchen and the bathroom, so I'm not going to worry about those yet. But then I'm going to go ahead and do the upstairs. I do feel like carpet in bedrooms is very common, especially for like an older style house like this. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, it's also so dark in here. I need to get some lights in here. I'm just going to put super subtle saucers in everywhere for now. I may or may not switch them out, but just so I have like something where I can see. I feel like I've gotten so used to like playing and building in the dark because of our no buy mode challenge. We like barely have lights in there, but I have to remember that like we can have lights in other houses. I kind of like this red wallpaper, but is it too Christmas? Because I feel like I'm trying to go fall, and for some reason I put that down and I was like, wait, that is the most Christmas thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't know, maybe this swatch is a little bit more fall. I don't know, it has the gold. It honestly might be just as Christmas. I can't really tell. And I'm trying not to just rely on base game, but I feel like I don't really have a ton of options. I forgot we do also have some spooky stuff wallpapers. Some of them are a little too goofy. Like, I don't think like these ghosts and stuff are really the vibe for what we're doing, but there is just like a patterned wallpaper that might actually be giving kind of fall. I mean, this is very, very Halloween. Do we think I can do that for some of the rooms in this house? Maybe just like the entryway and the upstairs hallway. I feel like we could get away with it. It's very, very busy, but it does let us use some of spooky stuff, and I think I'm gonna go with it. And then I think I might actually switch to like this base game carpet. It just feels like it looks a little bit older, and I don't know. I just think I like it a little bit better. It's a little more fall to me. Okay, I think this is what we're gonna go with for flooring and wallpaper for now. It might change as we decorate the rooms, but I think for now this is okay. Okay, so luckily I'm not too nervous about most of these rooms because I feel like we get a good amount of stuff in Realm of Magic. I feel like we almost have like an entire kitchen set in that pack. So I am going to be using like the Realm of Magic counters and all of that kind of stuff. So let's actually start in the kitchen. I'm just realizing that we didn't actually get upper cabinets with the Realm of Magic set. Not sure why they did that, but I think I'm just going to find like whatever the closest one is with base game and just go ahead and fill in. You can definitely tell that the metals don't match, but honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I really want to clutter up this island so we can make it look like they were making pizzas. I'm going to put this little thing out that comes with Artist Studio because I feel like it fits in a kitchen, and maybe we could just put out like some paper towels and just make this look super cluttered up. Like that looks so cute and lived in, like they were actually working in the kitchen, which I just absolutely love. We can also maybe include like the cookbook. I'm actually going to put that over here closer to the stove because maybe you're like working on a recipe, and this page is open up to the pizzas. So it's perfect because we have like the little pizza clutter out. And I'm also going to put out this home phone just because I feel like it's kind of realistic. Like it kind of fits the vibe. Like this house looks like they would have a home phone. You know what I mean? I feel like this looks pretty good. And then I also feel like we have a little area over here that we could use as like a breakfast nook. Obviously, we're going to have like our actual dining table in here, but I feel like we could get a little table over in this corner as well. I do kind of want to use the one from Spooky Stuff, although it's all like ripped up and stuff. And I don't know if we have a tablecloth that like really super fits the vibe, although I guess we could do like the orange one. Our other option would be to use the Realm of Magic table, but I do feel like we've used so much Realm of Magic, we probably do need to use another pack. So maybe we'll lean into the Spooky Stuff. Do you think it would look okay if we use these chairs from Journey to Batuu? They kind of fit the color scheme. The only thing is they look like a little bit bulky to me, but I do feel like they really fit the color scheme in here, and we haven't used too much Journey to Batuu yet, so I feel like we kind of should. And then if we are going to lean into like the Halloween decor, I'm just going to plop this on as the centerpiece because we're just leaning into kind of the more like decorated for Halloween, like goofy kind of vibe. And now that I'm actually thinking about Journey to Batuu, we have these really nice plants that I definitely could have included outside. I might go ahead and put these like on the porches or something because they're actually really, really nice. Like I'll go put this one on like the back patio. Like we have some really, really nice plants in that pack, so we might as well use them. That's a little better. I feel like we've used a little bit more of this pack. I think I like that. Okay, so now going back inside, I wonder if there's like any little last minute decor I should put up. These are Aroma Magic. We can go ahead and put these like dried herbs up on the wall, and maybe there's another plant that we could put like in here. All this is like pretty much base game, and I don't know if I need more base game in this room, so we might actually just say that we're done with the kitchen, and then I guess we might as well like finish off this side of the house and go do the dining room. Okay, so in terms of like a nice long dining table, I definitely want to do like a 3-tile one. We do have this one from Realm of Magic, and then we also have like some good base game options. I almost kind of prefer this new one that we just got from the Nature's Calling event, so I think I might actually go ahead and use that one instead of the Realm of Magic. I guess we can do Realm of Magic chairs around the table though. They do kind of match, so we can go ahead and use these. And then I kind of want to change the wallpaper. I feel like I want something with a little more of like the yellow like I put in the chairs maybe. I don't know, maybe just something like that. I mean, it's a little bit boring, but I guess it's fine. And then we can go ahead and get some curtains. Okay, this is kind of cute. It's kind of spooky. I wonder if there's a little rug that we can go ahead and put underneath, preferably from one of the packs that we're using. Okay, I don't know if there's really any from the packs, but maybe we go ahead and use the magic carpet from base game. I feel like it sort of fits the vibe, you know, like magic carpet is definitely kind of the vibe that we're going for, but we have to get some more of the packs in here somehow, maybe through like a centerpiece on the table. Okay, I can use this Journey to Batuu vase. It's a little large, but I can probably put it like in the corner over here. I feel like that looks like a dining room kind of item. And you know what? Let's use some Spooky Stuff paintings up in the dining room as well. I feel like maybe one of those can kind of tie it together. Do I want to use the gold frame, or is the gold frame like too tacky? I mean, it does kind of tie in the yellow. I think I'm just going to go for it and do the gold. Okay, so that's the dining room and the kitchen done. I think next we're probably going to focus on the living room. Okay, I put this really large bump out in here because I definitely wanted to do a fireplace. Our only options are this one from Desert Luxe or this one, which has the crystals on the bottom. I don't know if I really, really love that, but I should probably lean into it. It does kind of fit like the Halloween vibe, so I guess we're gonna allow it. So for the couch, obviously I could go Realm of Magic, but I feel like we've been using so much Realm of Magic in the house. I might actually go with the one from Desert Luxe. It's very nice. It's very simple. It's a little bit more modern than anything we've done in the house so far, but I do feel like I need to start using some of the other packs as well. And maybe we can also use like the rocking chair from Storybook Nursery. I feel like that would fit in really well. Maybe not in that color. We could kind of lean in a little bit more to like the browns with the furniture, maybe do something a little bit more like that. And then now I wonder if there is a rug that would kind of tie this room together as well. I guess we can use one from Realm of Magic. It fits so nicely. I just don't really like the circle rugs very much, but it is kind of like such a nice fit for this room. I wonder if there's a swatch on it that I do maybe like a little bit better. I kind of don't hate this green one here. And then I think there was like kind of a green swatch on this chair. Actually, I don't like that. We'll leave the chair in brown, but maybe we can do the rug in green. We do have a really, really nice bookshelf that comes with Realm of Magic. I might go ahead and do it like behind the couch. I know it's not really accessible like for your Sims. We can probably include another bookshelf somewhere that is more accessible, but I feel like I like the way that that looks, and then I like the way that it has the couch set. So I think we are going to go ahead and do something kind of like that in here. And then I wonder what else. Like I have this whole corner over here. I do have some games tables from Journey to Batu. I don't really know if they fit in though with like kind of the vibe that we're going for. Maybe what I can do is include the easel from Artist Studio and make this more of like a painting corner. I feel like I do like that idea a little bit better. So then over here, we can just have like a little painting corner, and I feel like that is probably good. And I could also include these curtains from Realm of Magic. I feel like I didn't put curtains in most of the rooms. I know I did in the dining room, but I didn't put any in the kitchen. So maybe I should go ahead and include those as well. Okay, that looks cute. I'm going to go ahead and like scooch the table out a little bit. And then I do want to focus on whatever this little like sunroom is going to be. Maybe we could make it a study because we do have a desk, and then we could include another bookshelf that'll actually be functional since the one in the living room won't be. I feel like this would be nice actually to sit out here and like look out in the backyard and get a little bit of work done. I feel like this was probably a good idea. Okay, so that is pretty much going to be our downstairs done. And then upstairs, I think the plan is to do a bathroom and 3 bedrooms. Okay, so I think because we have the bassinet from Realm of Magic and also the crib from Storybook Nursery, I think we need to do a nursery room. Like there is just too much super cute baby stuff. I think this is going to turn out so, so sweet. I'm going to get the little toy box in here. And we can also use the curtains that come with Storybook Nursery. We haven't used those yet, so I think now would be a good time to use those as well. Like this is just so cute. I think I want to get something on the wall over here as well. And maybe that little shelf thing that we have from Storybook Nursery. Yeah, this one with like all the little diapers and stuff on it. I think it is so cute. We'll put it like over here, over where we have the little toy box. Actually, what if we flip these? What if we put this over where we put the changing table? Because I feel like those items like kind of go together. And then maybe we could put the toy box like more over on this side. I think that is super, super cute. And then for the other 2 bedrooms, this is obviously going to be our primary bedroom. And I might try to do a kid's room in here since we still have some kid items. Like we still have the dollhouse that we can size down a little bit, but maybe put over in this corner over here. And then we can also just go ahead and use a different swatch of that same toy box. For the bed, I think I'm just going to use the single tile of the one that comes with Realm of Magic. I think that looks so nice. And I need something nice to put up on the wall in here. I'm thinking maybe one of these little moon pictures from Realm of Magic could be kind of cute. Okay, this room just needs a little bit more decor. Maybe the little like llama lamp from Storybook Nursery. And I'd kind of like to get rid of this super subtle saucer in here. I've been trying to swap it out for other lighting in as many of the rooms as I can. I might just replace it with this space game light. It's not too fancy, but I think it's better than what it was before. And then I need some stuff on these walls as well. They look a little bit boring. Okay, and then I think I'll just do this little stack of books as clutter, and that is probably going to be our kids' room done, and all that leaves us with is our primary bedroom. And I think obviously we have to use our super grand bed that comes with Realm of Magic. I absolutely love this bed. Like the chokehold this had on me when Realm of Magic came out was crazy. I just thought that the stained glass on here was so beautiful. So I'm definitely going to lean into that for like the main furniture in this room. And now all that is left to do is to clutter this room up. So let's go ahead and get as many little bedroom decorations as we can in here. And I think I'm going to put the little record player in this bedroom as well. I feel like we did not use a lot of modern luxe or desert luxe either. So I feel kind of bad. So I'm going to try to like put little bits in where I can. Okay. And I think that is going to wrap up our first fall build of the season. I think it is so cute in here. This definitely turned out better than any other month that we've tried to do this challenge. And I will do one like final overview because I did throw in a couple little extra bits of clutter. So obviously this is the front and I am obsessed. It is so Halloween. It is like the perfect place to trick or treat. I think it is so cute. And then our backyard also ended up having a lot of really cute little decorations and stuff like that. I'm still surprised that this thing is base game, need to know more about that. But I think it turned out super cute. I love the little pumpkin carving table. I cannot wait to have my Sims carving pumpkins over these next couple weeks. And then going inside, just as like a quick overview, we had our entryway, we had our little kitchen and dining area over here. We had our living room that goes into a study that leads to the backyard. Upstairs, of course, we just finished our primary bedroom. We have our bathroom and we have 2 kids' rooms, like a nursery and then a room for an older kid. And I think it is so, so cute. I'm actually really happy with the way this house turned out. Okay, but Halloween decorations aside, the scariest part of this house is that it's worth almost 102,000 simoleons. I don't know how I've been making these like super expensive builds lately. It's definitely not on purpose, but if your Sims can afford this, it is up on the gallery. My gallery ID is simmingshannon00, so if you would like to download it or any of my other builds, it is over there. And it looks like we did do a pretty good job of just sticking to the packs that we were supposed to use, so I'm very happy about that. But I am gonna go ahead and wrap this one up here. I'm so glad that we finally did like a fall spooky kind of build. I am totally ready to be like fully into spooky season. If you have any other ideas for like fall related builds or videos that you want to see from me this season, definitely let me know down in the comments because I am ready. And if you did enjoy this build, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel so you never miss one of my videos, and if you want to see more of my face all the time, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Those are both simmingshannon. And just one more reminder that if you do want to help support me and my content, use code simmingshannon at checkout on the EA app. It really, really helps me out. Thank you so much to everybody who's been doing that. And with all of that being said, I hope you have a slaytastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.